Welcome all to what is the final part of what turned out to be an epic build with our fortress. Today we're tackling some modular corner towers. Let's take a quick look at what we'll be creating. We want our towers to be big enough to play in, but not so big that they don't fit with the rest of our castle. For me, 5 inches feels just right. The height is easy to vary. I'm going with a 2-inch base, then a 4-inch section, followed by 2 3-inch sections, and finally topping it off with a battlement roof. You can add any cutouts you like, windows, arrow slits, arches, whatever suits your build. Let's get going. Here you can see all the pieces we'll need. I've created a PDF guide to go along with this and the other castle sections. Those are available over on my Patreon, so head over there if you want a copy and want to support the channel. We'll be using a lot of 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch strips for decoration, so go ahead and cut a batch of those before you start. We'll begin by showing a 3-inch high section. The process is exactly the same for all the tower pieces. Start with a 5.2 inch square base. That's the internal width we want, plus twice the thickness of the cardboard, giving us a clean 5-inch playable interior. Using hot glue, attach the front and back walls first. A small and useful tip here: using a silicone mat when working with hot glue is brilliant. The glue won't stick to it and it lets you press pieces firmly while everything sets. Next, glue on the side walls, running a bead of glue up the edge of the card. You should now have a clean, square box. To help hide joins when stacking the towers, we'll add some decorative trims to the top and the bottom. Using the 1/4 inch strips, glue a trim all the way around the top. Once you reach the end, simply trim off the excess. For the bottom trim, we'll create a slightly more decorative design using the 1/2 inch strips. Mark a line every 1 inch, then use a sharp craft knife to cut a small notch at each mark. Accuracy doesn't need to be perfect here. We'll be making quite a few of these, so batching them now is a good idea. Glue this strip around the bottom, again trimming off any excess. For the corners, cut 1/4 inch strips to fit the gap between the top and bottom trims and glue them in place. Once everything is dry, I like to take a pen or something round and firm and gently rub along the card edges. This slightly rounds them and removes that sharp edge. You can now repeat this process for the rest of your section. Note that I've left my 2-inch pieces undecorated. I want those to read as a solid stone base. Now let's build the battlements. In some previous videos, people have mentioned that they'd like slightly thicker battlements, so that's what we're doing here. I'm making the battlement section slightly wider than the tower itself to create a subtle overhang. Cut 6 pieces of card to match the width, and another 6 pieces trimmed to account for the thickness of the card. Let's take one piece and make it into a template. Mark a line half an inch from the top, then mark the centre point. And from that centre point measure half an inch out and then a 1 inch gap. And repeat that on the other side. Draw lines up from those marks to the top edge. I always like to put an X in the area I'm cutting out, it just helps avoid mistakes. Once cut, use the piece as a template for the rest. Glue 3 of the battlements together, 3 for each side, and just like before, attach the front and back first. For the side pieces, it's worth dry fitting them first. If anything is slightly off, now is the time to trim it. Once everything's glued, we'll cover all the exposed gaps with masking tape. This helps later when texturing, as the tissue paper doesn't stick well to those exposed edges. After that, add a decorative trim to the bottom and a 1/4 inch trim just beneath the battlement. Now it's time for arrow slits and windows. This part is entirely up to you. I tend to go fairly random, really whatever feels right at the time. Sketch your shapes lightly in pencil first, and then once happy, go over them with a pen and cut them out using a craft knife. For the tower base, I cut cereal box card into 1 inch by 1/2 inch and 1" by 1/4" bricks. Let's just glue them on with PVA in a standard alternating brick pattern. Inside some of the sections I also glue in simple 1" floors made from serial card. These are cut slightly undersized to leave a small gap around the edges. Now it's time to texture everything. I'm using a mix of 1 part PVA, 2 parts grey paint and 4 parts water. This creates a sticky mixture that spreads easily, dries hard and gives us a solid grey base. Cover the pieces with the mixture, then apply toilet paper over the surface. The paint will hold it in place. Using a stiff, cheap decorating brush, stipple and press the tissue into the surface. Some areas, especially inside the walls, can be awkward. Don't worry if everything isn't perfect first time. Once dry, go back and patch any missed areas with more mixture and tissue. Be sure to texture the bottoms as well, they'll be visible during play. Now for my favourite part, dry brushing. Load a brush with mid-grey paint, wipe most of it off and lightly dry brush the surface. The paint will catch the raised texture, instantly bringing the stonework to life. If any arrow slits filled in during texturing, simply reopen them with a knife and push the tissue aside. For extra definition, we'll use a lighter grey and gently dry brush the edges using downward strokes. This really helps define the shapes from a distance. To finish, we'll add some subtle colour. If you prefer a clean monotone grey, you can absolutely stop here. But I like a bit of colour, so I mixed heavily diluted washes of yellow, blue, red, green and skin tone inks. I apply them randomly, letting the colours blend naturally. This part is entirely personal preference. If you think you've gone too far, a light dry brush with grey will tone everything back once the inks are dry. And with that, our modular corner towers are complete, ready to be stacked, rearranged and added straight into our castle fortress.